Welcome to another Nucida training session to get more familiar with the TestComplete test automation tool. I'm going to just run through maybe a very basic kind of overview of the log functionality and how to clear those logs as well. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content and want to see more videos on this topic. In terms of any questions, please leave a comment. We will answer these. I'm going to just jump straight into TestComplete. What we have here is just several tests that I've pre-recorded from before. I've got a couple of keyword tests, I've got my launching browser test, I've got a login test, add item test, and logout test. It is just kind of modularized test that I can reuse or call on from other keyword tests. So, the logs themselves. I've got a few generated logs here just in the bottom left of my screen, and it's going to run through some of the successful ones, some of the failures, and some of the warnings that you'll see within the logs. The first one here is just a keyword test log. The log contains an itemized list. Once it loads for me, there we go. It's not for a stage, right? Got an itemized list here of all the actions that were performed. We get a priority level, we get a timestamp, and we get screen got as well. So just maybe it's an example here of one of these the images that are captured. We have an actual image here below of the test that was performed. I can see on each of these test steps of the actions that were performed, and I can double click on this line of text, and this will bring me back to the exact point where this is recorded within our keyword test. Each of those steps also has some details as well, and it tells us the alias or the object that it was interacted with, and we can view those expected and actual results. Also, in the logs as well, I have one of our property checkpoints. Again, we've got that screenshot, but also tell me the results of my test. It's showing me here if it asked if it failed. Did it find my object? Did it find that checkpoint? Was this test successful? Is a keyword test log the scripted test log? Again, very similar keyword test steps, and each of those test steps as well will go back to the point of where that was scripted from. For example, if I take this first line brings you back to the scripted test here where we have the browser window be maximized for this example. Some of the other ones I want to just touch on for the regressing testing. This is our test execution summary. This shows us here the test cases that were run. I had 4 test cases that ran, we had no failures, we had no warnings, we had 4 passed, show you a failed one. We go to regressing test 2 here. What it tells me here is the executed test. I've got my 4 keyword tests. We have the start time and duration here. I can see there's a warning and a failure, and I can go into these different tabs which bring me directly to the test case. I can select on this item on this log. It'll bring me to the exact failure again just to troubleshoot this. Then I can go through each of these test steps, and a testing thing will also help me here. It'll point me in the direction of where this failure occurred. This one, for example, tells me the object with the attributes did not exist, and there's some possible causes for this error, or that this object did not exist in this shopping cart, for example. I can click on possible causes, and this will bring me to my documentation. It'll bring us to that testing and the documentation. And we can go there. We can handle this object, we can decide for these test results, or we can go back, and we can also update the test. I could double-click this line as I said, and I'll bring you back to that point of failure. I can go in here, I can update my checkpoint, I can take my results, configure my test, whatever the case may be. The final log I just want to touch on shows a failure that we have, and this is where the IQ add-in comes in. Concerning my test, I was trying to find a login button. I know Mike is going to talk about objects and recognizing objects and mapping objects, but just to show you the IQ add-in, it couldn't find the button login, so it's unable to find us the IQ add-in come in the intelligent quality. It found that none of the selectors for this object were found, but it did find similar ones. It found these new selectors, these new expats or CSS selectors, and it's also giving me some tips here. So, tell me that it replaced this object. I can update the criteria. I can accept this intelligent fix. This fix will then be applied to the button login, and that will be fixed in all my tests and updated in my name mapping repository. That's all part of our self-healing there, which is within our IQ add-on. By default, then all the logs are stored locally on my machine, stored within the project file. And this could also be synchronized to a central point where the project is being stored as well. A word of caution, the step of accepting an intelligence fix is irreversible. While you can backtrack and modify object recognition, once you've accepted the fix and updated the name mapping, there's no turning back. TestComplete does offer an undo operation, but it comes with limitations. Closing the project can make undoing changes more challenging. So, it's crucial to exercise caution when making decisions in this regard. In terms of any questions, please leave a comment. We will answer these. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content and want to see more videos on this topic. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to stay in touch with us. Moving on to a different topic. Let's explore the importance of understanding frames. This page here is often the first protocol when dealing with web pages. This is particularly relevant due to the security measures inherent in browsers like Chromium. These browsers have security sessions that restrict access to third-party frames for logical reasons. However, you can disable this feature before launching the browser, allowing TestComplete to work seamlessly with these frames. If you're interested in learning more about handling frames in TestComplete, a quick search will lead you to a page explaining how to access object frames in Chrome and Edge, complete with methods for working around these security measures. What's even better is that this adjustment is often a single setting that can be automated. I've come across some exciting discoveries lately, particularly new selectors and expats, or CSS selectors, which offer a world of possibilities. Additionally, I've received some valuable tips along the way. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content and want to see more videos on this topic. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to stay in touch with us. Happy testing and see you next time.